bonjour, willkommen, Love. Hello, my friend. It is Perez, and I'm coming at you today from public. I'm outdoors at a place of work because my Wi-Fi is not working. It hasn't been working since Thursday, and on Friday, Saturday, and then some of Sunday, I was using my phone as a hotspot. Hi, GS fan. Hi, Sherry. But if you use your phone as a hotspot for too much, after a certain point, it stops being fast. And they're like, oh, it's going to reset in a month. So whatever. I'm here using the Wi-Fi at the gym. And I'm so excited because tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, Tuesday, February 25th at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Los Angeles time, I am making a big announcement, a huge announcement. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna upload it tomorrow on my family channel, The Perez Hilton and Family. Sherry Moffat, I love you. So if you're not subscribed to that, please make sure that you are so that you can see the big announcement tomorrow, Tuesday, February 25th at 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific. All right. What a weekend it was, my fam. I ended up getting into some drama with Tori Spelling and her husband, Dean McDermott. And a lot of people were upset at me over that. I'm going to get to that. I'm going to get to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle being very shady towards the Queen. I'm going to get to some silliness with Jake Paul and Zayn Malik. But first, a reminder. Tomorrow, Tuesday, February 25th, 12 Eastern p.m. and 9 a.m. Pacific, my big announcement. So please, please, please tune back in tomorrow for that. All right. Tori Spelling, as many of you know, has had financial difficulties for years, many, many years. As some of you may also know, Tori Spelling, the actress and reality TV star, the 90210 alum, is the daughter of the late Aaron Spelling, who was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. For whatever reason, he decided he didn't leave Tori a lot of money. He left his son, Randy Spelling, a good amount of money, and he left most of it to his widow, Candy Spelling. Now, over the years, while Tori has had her financial difficulties, Candy has publicly said that she was paying for her grandkids to go to private school. That's what the mom alleged. I'm not friends with Tori Spelling. I have not had a conversation with Tori Spelling in 8 years, 9 years, 10 years. We never had a falling out. We were Hollywood acquaintances. I knew her, but she's not somebody I would call a friend. She was a friend of a friend. She was a mutual acquaintance. And last week on Friday, I found out that the state of California posted publicly a list of the major tax delinquents of the state. And on that list was Tori Spelling and her husband, as well as comedian Carlos Mencia. But most people have forgotten about him, so they haven't made a big deal about that. I want to set the record straight, okay? I found that to be newsworthy. My job is to talk about what's happening in the world of pop culture and to give an opinion on it. And when I did that, I wasn't mean, I wasn't nasty, I wasn't judgmental, I wasn't hurtful, I wasn't cruel, I wasn't bullying Tori Spelling or her husband. I was doing my job and doing it differently than I used to do it in the past. Some people were even bringing up poor Caroline Flack in response to me talking about Tori Spelling, saying, oh, shouldn't celebrities have the right to privacy? Not when the state of California publishes a list that to try and get folks to pay up. Tori mentioned that her daughter saw the news on my Instagram feed or on my website or somewhere, and she started crying. That's sad and that's unfortunate, and hopefully Tori is honest and transparent with her kids. I like to be honest and transparent with my kids. If I was having financial difficulties, I would be honest with my kids. Well, first of all, if I was having financial difficulties, I would move, I would downsize, I would be living in a apartment or in a city or state, maybe with no taxes. And when my kids asked me why we moved, Dad, I would say, because I'm needing to save money, because things were too expensive how they were. Maybe Tori, and that's fine, that's her choice as a parent. Maybe Tori has decided to shelter her kids completely from the truth, and that's fine, that's her choice. Tori Spelling also is somebody who had a reality show, and in her reality show, don't forget, I do not forget, her reality show, it was her and her husband, the last one, going to a therapist to talk about her husband's cheating on her. I think if anything, Tori's a little bitter that she doesn't have a reality show at the moment to be making money off, to be able to exploit her own drama as she's done repeatedly in the past. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. I do that myself. Hello, I make YouTube videos about my drama. I'm doing it right now. So am I sorry to Tori Spelling? No. Am I gonna apologize to Tori Spelling? No. She did give me some exclusive information, as did her husband. First of all, they claim that Candy Spelling does not pay for anything. So it's a case of they say versus she says. Who do you believe? Candy Spelling or Tori Spelling? Also, they now claim that they're in this financial pickle because of a former business manager. However, as some of you may know, Tori Spelling has had financial over the weekend. That was the first time I have ever heard Tori Spelling or her husband Dean mention a business manager. If you're being your issues on a business manager, why now? Why is this the first time you're mentioning all of that? So that's unfortunate. It sucks. And it's also surprising because last year, as many of you know, was 90210 reboot. And Tori Spelling went on tour with Jenny Garth. So in 2019, Tori Spelling made a good amount of money. You guys, I'm sorry if the live stream is a little glitchy. Like I said, my Wi-Fi is not working at home. I came here hoping that it would work better. Maybe tomorrow I'll just pre-record it or the Wi-Fi people are supposed to come to my place later today, so I'm hoping that it is going to be better. Vertigo, I did not. All right, I'm going to address this person, Vertigo. Did I say that Tori Spelling was stupid, an idiot, this, that, and the other? No. Let me read to you all what I said when I reported about Tori Spelling, okay? The headline was, Tori let on. Problematic about that? Nothing. Then the Instagram post that triggered her, my caption was, "This is so public, confirmed by the state of California. Ouch." That's all I said. Some people said, oh, well, it's not kind to talk about somebody's bad things. I think it is kind to talk about it in a kind way. I did not say this or that or the other about Tori Spelling, okay? Also, if Tori Spelling got arrested for drunk driving, should I not talk about that? If Tori Spelling's husband cheats on her again, should I not talk about that? I am a public figure. I am ready and I choose this. I am making a choice to remain a public figure. If I wanted to be a private citizen all of a sudden, I could. I could go to real estate school and become a realtor and choose to live a private life, just as Tori Spelling could choose to live a private life, and she chooses to remain in the public eye, and with that comes the public talking about you. Simple as that. In the future, if people are gonna talk about my finances, I'm fine with that. If people are gonna talk about this, that, the other, I'm fine with that. I will thank them, okay? In 10 years' time, if people still care about me, even if it's in a negative way, I'm glad that people still care about me, all right? Moving on, let's talk about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Oh my God. As expected, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were officially told by the palace that they cannot use the word royal. They had planned they did try to trademark Sussex Royal as their brand, and they were going to start the Sussex Royal Foundation. However, on Friday, they released a very salty statement saying that starting in spring of this year, when the transition is over, they will no longer be using the word royal in any territory. However, I love that they took some digs at the Queen. Do I love it? I love it because I love the drama, okay? But as a family member, if I'm the Queen or if I'm Prince Charles or Prince William, I would find it disrespectful. They were clearly told by the Queen, the palace, somebody on the Queen's behalf, that they can't use the word royal. And then they went and said, let me read to you exactly what they said, okay? Here we go. It says, while there is precedent for other titled members of the royal family to seek outside blah, 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 the preference of the Duke and Duchess was to continue to represent and support Her Majesty. So they're not going to be allowed to work on behalf of the Queen. While there is not any jurisdiction by the monarchy or cabinet office over the use of the word royal overseas, they are coming across to me as petulant children. Like, we could do all these things, but we're not going to. We would have preferred to do things that way, but we're going to do as we're told, even though we don't want to. Wah, wah, wah. We're so awesome. We're going to do what we're being told to do, but we're going to let everybody know that we don't have to. God. Like, I like Harry and Meghan, and I like that I think they're lazy. I like that they don't want to work as hard as William and Kate. Being a full-time British royal is a hard job. It's not like being just really rich and working whenever you want to and doing whatever you want to and doing it all on your rules. I like that they want to try to control the media, naive and foolish as that may be. They don't want to be part of the owner might know, what is it, the rotary system, the pooling of the British royal reporters and all of that. But I just feel that so much of what they've been doing repeatedly has been disrespectful and hurtful to the royal family. Yeah, it's the firm. Yes, it's an institution, but it's also a family. And I'm old school. I tell my kids, family is everything. Family is the number one most important thing in life. Tills B, you're gorgeous. Thank you. You are an icon. So there's that, but I loved it. Also, I do regret it. I do regret it. You know what's interesting? Like, as time evolves, terminology or references change. Yesterday, the news broke that B. Smith passed away. She was a trailblazing lifestyle guru who happened to be Black. And I actually was a big fan of B. Smith. Back in the 90s, when I was in my formative years and I was watching way too much television, I used to watch B. Smith on her show. I used to love B. Smith. And then when I moved to New York, I even went to her restaurant in New York City. As many of you know, she had early onset Alzheimer's, and she struggled with that for the last 7 years. She passed away at age 7. And in the 90s, when I first discovered B. Smith, she was known as the Black Martha Stewart. That's how she was introduced to me. And I would even venture to say that it was her own publicist have that narrative out there to make that comparison, the Black Martha Smith, the Black Martha Stewart. And many could view that as a compliment because Martha Stewart is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. But some people were upset that I referred to B. Smith as the Black Martha Stewart when talking about her passing. And I understand that now, and I regret. She was her own person. Oh God, you guys, I'm freezing. Ay, ay, ay. I'm not at home. I don't have Wi-Fi at home today. It is what it is. Okay, we're gonna keep going. All right. So, Anna, yesterday I went to the Coffee Bean and their Wi-Fi was even worse. The Wi-Fi was painfully bad yesterday at the Coffee Bean. Hopefully my issues will be fixed later today, blah, blah, blah. Thank you, Andy. All right, so sad what happened to B. Smith. Loved her. And I love you for watching, even if I'm glitching and freezing every once in a while, okay? All right, from B. Smith to another TV personality, Wendy Williams. As you know, she's been going through a lot of issues recently. Well, on the bright side for Wendy Williams, look at me. You see, I really do try to be well-rounded and present not just negative news, some positive news too. Congratulations to Wendy Williams. Wendy's got herself a new man. She just went Instagram official with this guy named Big Will, who is a jeweler. He's a jeweler to the stars, allegedly. I've never heard of Big Will, though. Hi, Judy Castillo. So, good on her. Speaking of couples news, Amanda Bynes is still very much loved up with her rehab boyfriend turned fiance. And she just took to Instagram to post a video to talk about her conservatorship in a manner that many could describe as robotic, scripted, memorized, seemingly. I'm not saying that's true. Amanda Bynes, the former child star, had this to say, quote, "Today I want to talk about a controversial topic, my conservatorship case. I have been going to a treatment center that charges $5,200 a month. Thank you, Magali Diaz. There's no reason why I shouldn't go to a therapist who takes my insurance for $5,000 less a month. This is why I've asked to see the judge next week regarding this conservatorship issue." Thank you guys so much for hearing me out. I'm sorry that this is what I'm dealing with, and I'm sorry that I put my problems onto the internet, but this is what life has come to. So thank you guys so much for always supporting me. Love you all. Peace out. I appreciate your love and support. Love you guys. Bye. Amanda Bynes is under a conservatorship because her parents and doctors and a court clearly think she needs it. And if she's receiving intensive treatment, like she said, it's because her team has decided that she needs it. Roxanne, I love you. Thank you, Roxanne. It's so sad, everything about it, because it just worries me if she got her way. Tam 83, thank you. I love you, Tam. I think about, like Britney Spears, if she gets freed from her conservatorship, she may go off the rails. Is that a derogatory statement, going off the rails? I'm trying to speak in non-hurtful ways, okay? I really do try to do a better job. I don't want to be like Jameela Jamil, whom I would call a woke-tivist. In fact, the late Caroline Flack felt bullied by Jameela Jamil, the actress. Piers Morgan shared some private DMs that Caroline Flack, the British TV personality who sadly took her own life earlier this month, and in that, Caroline Flack told Piers that Jameela was sending so much hate her way. And now Jameela says no. She's not apologizing. She's denying it. She's like, I wasn't talking about Caroline. I was talking about Love Island. And whenever there was a debate, it was Caroline initiating it and blah, 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 blah. I am thankful for people like Jake Paul, who are like a mental frozen yogurt. They're a mental sorbet. It's a palate cleanser. I like frozen yogurt too much to compare Jake Paul to frozen yogurt. He's sorbet. And I like sorbet too, but it's not something that it's not my go-to, all right? As some of you might know, Jake Paul was in Las Vegas this weekend. He went to go see some fight, and he was staying at this hotel, and randomly, Zayn Malik, the former One Direction member, was staying in the suite next door. And Jake Paul, being Jake Paul, assumed, I'm famous. He's famous. Let's hang out. And then Zayn Malik did not want to hang out with Jake Paul. So Jake Paul got on Twitter and said the following: almost had to clap up Zayn from One Direction because he's a little guy and has an attitude, and basically told me to blank off for no reason when I was being nice to him. Zayn, I know you're reading this. Stop being angry because you came home alone to your big blank hotel room. Bro, he literally started yelling and freaking the blank out. You want to test me, mate? LOL, I feel bad for childhood stars. Then Zayn's current girlfriend, supermodel Gigi Hadid, said LOL because he doesn't want to hang out with you and your embarrassing crew of YouTube groupies, home alone with his best friends like a respectful king because he has me, sweetie, unbothered by your irrelevant, ugly blank, go to bed. Gigi Hadid with the savage clapback. Then, after trending on Twitter, which he knew he would be, I've got to give Jake Paul credit. He knows that he's a name, even if his influence has waned, because it has. I'm gonna tell you guys, you might not be the demo, but the two hottest people on social media, in the three people that are the hottest in social media in 2020, number one, leaps and bounds above everybody else, Charli D'Amelio. She is the hottest social media celebrity. Number two, Chase Hudson, aka Lil Huddy. And number three, Noah Eubanks. Youth culture cares about those three. They don't care about Jake Paul. The mainstream has caught on to them, and some people still care about them, but not as much. I know, we're old. You're old if you don't know these names. I know them, and I like them. I like them. Anyways, after all the backlash, Jake Paul went back on Twitter and said, someone needs to take my phone when I'm drunk because I'm a blanking idiot. Truth tea. Although some people responded to that tweet by saying, it's not just when you're drunk. Okay. You know, I saw this video late. She posted it a bit ago. Do you guys know Jojo Siwa? She's become really mainstream. She's the former Dance Moms star turned Nickelodeon personality and YouTuber, and she's got all of those hair bows. Well, she's gonna turn 17 years old in May. And a lot of people criticize Jojo Siwa for the hair bows and for acting really young. I love it. Honestly, I would love and pray for my daughters to end up like Jojo Siwa, being too old for hair bows at 17 or 16 and 3/4 over Kylie Jenner. Okay? Kylie Jenner, Jojo Siwa. Kylie Jenner, Jojo Siwa. Give me Jojo Siwa any dang day. All right. On to some more wacky news and music-related news. Cardi B is being sued by this former security guard who claims that this woman asked Cardi for a photo, Cardi refused, and then Cardi attacked her. In typical Cardi fashion, instead of letting her lawyers do the talking for her, Cardi responded saying that's not true, blah, 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 blah. She went on a whole tweet spree, and I love that she did that because most other people wouldn't. They would probably listen to their lawyer and zip it. So I don't know what to believe. Is it possible that Cardi did push or something this woman? I'm sure that there's got to be video or footage or witnesses or something. So the truth will come out. The truth will come out. In more music-related news, SZA was on the cover of the most recent issue of Rolling Stone with Megan Thee Stallion and Normani, and did not like something as a result of that, whether it be the photo or the interview, and then decided that she will no longer be doing interviews. Ever. She said, not doing any video interviews or photos for the rest of my life, don't ask. Okay. In more wacky news, Aaron Carter, if you guys have not heard by now, has an OnlyFans account. And unfortunately for Aaron Carter, because he's Aaron Carter, people are sharing his OnlyFans content, which he wants folks to pay for. But instead of paying for it, people are spreading it on Twitter. And I saw it. And for a skinny dude, not bad. Ew, no. I'm not gonna tolerate that on my account. Ew. Anyways, okay. Blocked that hateful person. And I don't typically block people, but if you're gonna say vile things about other people, not even me, be gone. Okay. I enjoyed what I saw of Aaron Carter. Thank you for that. Um, Also, did you guys hear? I think I talked about it on Friday. I'm pretty sure I did. Jesse Santana. I love you. I love you, Jesse Santana. Steven Spielberg's daughter, Michaela Spielberg, is also doing similar content to Aaron Carter and his OnlyFans. She's doing solo videos. She is the adopted daughter of Steven Spielberg and his ex-wife, Kate Capshaw. And when she spoke out, she claimed that Steven was supportive. However, new reports claim that he is embarrassed and concerned for his daughter. I would be too. Also, I'm still thinking about Tori Spelling. Did you guys hear about the late Kirk Douglas? As I'm sure you know, he passed away. However, it was just revealed that he did not leave his son, Michael Douglas, any money in his will. And I don't think that's a bad thing, because Michael Douglas is independently wealthy. He's got so much money. Why should he leave Michael Douglas money? Michael Douglas is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Instead, Kirk Douglas left most of his money to charity. How amazing is that? He left most of his money to charity. If I had hundreds of millions of dollars, I would too. And I would love to do it even before I passed away. I would love to support youth causes. That's my biggest thing. I would love to ideally, we're going to hopefully we live in a future where going to college is free, but if we're not quite there yet, I'd love to set up college scholarships for kids, and even before that, like enrichment classes and enrichment opportunities, like set up causes so that kids could take swim class or piano class or whatever, like to guaranteed when you're in elementary school or middle school or high school, because doing all of those things enrich a person so much. Anyways, I thought that was awesome of Kirk Douglas and not a bad thing. In other news, speaking of Amanda Bynes, her peer, Lindsay Lohan, I am thrilled to report, is again this year. She's appearing and has been appearing on The Voice Australia. No, not The Voice. The Masked Singer Australia. Lindsay just got a new job. She's starring in a supernatural thriller called Cursed, opposite Mickey Rourke. Good on her. Good on both of them. Also, over the weekend, if you guys missed it, Hilary Duff, did you guys see this? She had a confrontation with a paparazzo, and Hilary Duff, it's like 6 degrees, 6 degrees. Oh my God, who else remembers this? Back in the early 2000s, both Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan dated somebody I talked about earlier in this live stream. Who remembers who they both dated? The first person to mention it gets a shout out. Anyways, Lindsay has that new job acting, great. And Hilary, yes, Benny, Aaron Carter, Sherry Moffat got it too, as did Avi. All right. Hilary Duff over the weekend was at her son's football game, and a paparazzo was taking photos, and she very calmly asked this guy to stop photographing the kids, and he refused to do so because it's legal. A reminder, I do not run paparazzi photos of celebrity children on my website, and I have not for years. I also find it very hypocritical that in the UK, it's illegal to take photos of celebrity children. However, the Daily Mail and so many other British outlets will post paparazzi photos of American celebrity children. And who is buying these photos? Every media outlet should just say, we are going to stop buying photos of celebrity children. Thank you, Amy Shaw. If there was no demand for these photos, the paparazzi would stop taking them. It's as simple as that. Who's still buying them? Like, to me, he was not hearing it. It made me wrong and collected and did not blow up at this guy because that's what he wanted. I'm sure, because gotten video or photo of Hilary being crazy. Update, as I spoke about last week, poor Harry Styles was mugged in the UK. Well, now he's upped his security, taken a break, but now they're not. They're on again. On again, off again, on again, off again. Birthday to Rihanna. Rihanna just celebrated her 32nd birthday in Mexico. Love you, Riri. Can you believe Rihanna has been at this game half her life? Tarantino is a first-time dad. Quentin and his wife just welcomed a baby boy. You guys, I'm sorry. Hopefully this will be fixed by tomorrow, all right? All right, I guess the Wi-Fi just got worse, so if you can still see me, I'll take a question or two and then wrap it up. I thought it would be better here. Do you guys have any questions? I'm back. Okay. Sorry, you guys. My anxiety has been through the roof since Thursday night when my Wi-Fi stopped working. And it sucks because I know there's a difference between anxiousness and anxiety, but the Wi-Fi situation at my house really triggered my anxiety. And I'm just going to go. Please tune in tomorrow, 12 p.m. Pacific, 9 a.m. No, I can't get it right. Please tune in tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific for my big announcement, okay? Tuesday, February 25th.